What's up, guys? I'm Whitney.
And I'm Whitney. No, I'm Vince.
And today our topics on Culture Makers are Asbury Revival,
Chick-Fil-A sandwiches?
Yeah, cauliflower.
What?
And de-influencization on TikTok. Let's get to it.
So, Asbury Revival. Have you heard?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have heard. So as of today, they're like on day 12 of a non-stop revival at this Asbury College. These students came together for like their weekly chapel service.
It's college.
It is. It's a Christian college.
In Kentucky?
Yeah, and they got together one night just for their normal week, and the pastor was just like leading through like showing love to our community and being loved, and these students felt led to stay afterwards and just pray for their community, for their friends, and then it just never stopped. So it's like ongoing of day like 12 or 13 of 24-hour service.
Non-stop.
Absolutely.
I think it's incredible. So there's a few things that's been happening there. Is one, there's been worship.
There has been.
That's been going on nonstop. And obviously you can't play 24 hours nonstop, but it's just literally been someone getting up and kind of leading. It hasn't necessarily been led from stage, kind of like once their service ended. My understanding is it just kind of kept going. Yes, there have been people on stage. People have been reading scripture. People from all around the world. As far as I've heard, I don't know the longest distance, but people have traveled from Singapore to show up. So you've got people who've been coming in, who've been saved. It's been all over the news, so I think that's awesome. They've been talking about God. But even though it's a college, you've got younger than college age people who have been coming, senior citizens, people who have been coming, and what God's been doing through this time is amazing. I've had a few friends who've been out there, and they've said it's been incredible. Well,
Carrie Job, she's actually a singer, a Christian singer. She went and she was showing video, and she was just in the back, like with everybody else, being a normal person. And in that moment, for somebody who is normally on stage all the time, it's got to be very amazing to be sitting in the back and just being able to worship with people. And there's no lights, there's no sound, there's no production, or there is sound, but not amplified. You know, it's just organic worship and praise, and whatever is being led on their hearts, they're just leading through it.
And I think that's probably the best part of it, is just watching and seeing people give God praise, love God, praying for people, and watch people's lives be transformed, come in. I think it's crazy. I think the thing that kind of bothers me is what you see on the outside of it, those who are looking in and going, the critiques of it. You know, people who are trying to define it as something. And I've heard from those who have been there, it's like, if you're there, you don't try to define it. You just know that God is active and moving.
Absolutely.
But there are those who have not been there who are like, well, by definition, it's not a revival quite yet. It needs to last for A and then B and then C. And then when this happens, we got to make sure that happens. And I can understand where their heart's coming from, but I just, sometimes my heart goes, man, can we just enjoy what God is doing?
Come on!
The meaning of revival is an improvement in the condition or strength of something. To me, a revival is not like a specific person, place, or thing. It's like something that is moving within you, and it can be anywhere. So it's like this revival just doesn't have to be at Asbury. You know, like if God is stirring something in your heart, revival can take place anywhere, anytime, anything, and even
in your home,
absolutely in your school,
your neighborhood. I have seen it begin to happen at different universities, which is very cool, because this week or next week is the International Day of Prayer at all like Christian college universities across the U.S. And so I think the aligning of that is also a very cool thing happening.
It's great. Yeah, and also the thing that I see I think it's in September, let's see you at the pole events that we have at school. I mean, there's options for revival anywhere and everywhere, but it doesn't have to just be here at Asbury. It can happen anywhere. So just think about that when you're at school, at home, all of that kind of stuff. Revival is something I feel like it could start in your heart and can just spread organically to those around you.
Well, the idea is simply not to mimic what's happening there.
Absolutely. But
to begin with the heart of the passion of they were just praying and seeking God and praising God. And I think the goal is not to see how long you can get something praying for, but the idea is simply this, man, are you intentionally seeking out God with everything that's inside of you, or giving him praise and giving him thanks? And is the life around you that you live one that screams out what's happening at Asbury? Because there are people who live lives like that people go, it's just contagious and people want to be around it. And so I think it's something that we can all take life lessons from and just know, hey, man, we serve a good God, a wonderful God, a faithful God that we can all give praise to.
That's so great. All right, so let's step away from this a little bit and let's talk about Jesus' chicken here, but it's not chicken anymore.
Okay.
It's cauliflower.
No.
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 You wouldn't try it?
I like cauliflower.
Fried cauliflower might be good.
I like fried cauliflower. I don't like cauliflower chicken sandwiches. Well, hold on. I've never had a cauliflower chicken sandwich.
You know what? When it comes to Oklahoma, where we're at right now, we should purchase one and try it here on Culture Makers.
I don't think we can.
Why?
It's only in 3 markets. Like it's like Denver, Colorado, someplace North Carolina, and someplace else like that.
Okay, well, if it comes here...
That's a road trip.
Culture Makers hits the road.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can we do that? Can we hit the road? Do we have a budget for that?
Like, I have a minivan.
Just load up. A van of mininess?
Yeah.
You can load us all up in your minivan. We can hit Chick-Fil-A.
Okay.
In Denver. That's only from where we're at right now.
Okay.
11.5-hour drive.
Okay. And
get some cauliflower sandwiches, and then I can watch everyone around me try one.
I'll try it. I heard it's like a big old fillet of cauliflower.
What is a fillet of cauliflower? Here's the deal. Chick-fil-A's flavoring is great.
It is good.
And you put Chick-fil-A sauce on anything, and it does make it marvelous. And I do like cauliflower, and I do like fried cauliflower. I do like Chick-fil-A. I'm still pro Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches.
You know what I just thought? I wish they would use their battering to fry the pickles that are on their sandwich.
Oh.
Come on, somebody.
They just sold fried Chick-fil-A pickles?
Yeah.
That would be
like just like as a
that's a vibe. That's a full
pickles.
Vibe. That's $1 billion idea.
Right
Make sure you give Whitney a cut of that.
Please. I'll take payment fried pickles. Moving on. TikTok has a whole hashtag de-influencing thing that is sitting at over 137 million views on.
That's a lot.
On TikTok.
So normally how influencers work, right, is, hey, I have a product. Yeah. I talk about that product. It could be paid because someone could have sent me that product for free.
An ad, yes.
Or it could be, I just tried something.
Correct.
And I talk about it. Now de-influencing is the first I heard of with the high level, because the hashtag's being used, correct?
Yeah.
The high level is this. You don't need that.
Absolutely.
Not you need that. You don't need that. Not like, hey, I use that, but like, hey, you don't need that.
Well, some of them can probably go to a more negative, like, this is garbage. You don't need, you don't need this, but like this is overly hyped, blah, blah, blah. But some of the ones that I've seen are really good, like you mentioned, are the ones where it's like, okay, do you really need this skincare mini fridge?
Do you have a skincare mini fridge?
I did at one point. I fell into the hype and I was like, I need a cute little fridge to put all my skincare in and be all cute. And then it leaked water everywhere. And then I was like, you know what? I could have just put this in my normal fridge.
Okay.
And saved $20, $30.
Let's keep my skincare in the cabinet.
But anyways, there's so many things where it's like, oh, you need this. And then we're like, oh, do I need that? Do I really need this? And then these de-influencing, some of them influencers, are bringing me down to what's like, no, ma'am, you don't need that.
So they're saving you money.
Yeah, and so it's like, I've got to watch these people to bring me down a little bit and keep my wants from my needs. Do I need this? Do I want it? It's probably more of a want than of a need.
Are they actually, I haven't seen any of them. Are they actually reviewing some of the products?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So there's just a whole bunch that I watched. Another example is like vitamins that are like, oh, gut health. If you want to be skinny, take these. Well, yeah, you could do that. Are they going to work? Maybe not, maybe. But really, you should go to your doctor.
Come on.
Topics I never thought I'd talk about.
I know, but it's happening right here. All right. So our 3 questions that we have for this episode is, have you heard about the Asbury Revival? If so, what do you think about it? What does the word revival mean to you? And when you hear that, what kind of emotions are stirred up? And then what do you think it would take to experience that in your life, in your community? So we would love to hear about any of those. Pick a question, tell us what you think, and put it in the comments below so we can hear what's going on in your life.
All right, come on, y'all. Like, subscribe, man. Click the little ding so you get the notification every time we drop something new, because every time we drop something, it's just for you.
Yeah, and we want to hear from you guys.
That's good. I love it. I'm excited. Please in the chat. Let us know what you think. Answer the questions. And we'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.